Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We just finished episode 3, and um, I don't know what to do with my life now because I'm a fucking baby,
I'm
and
a
I don't think
fucking
I've ever
baby.
cried that much for a show.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I teared
That
up several
episode
times.
made me a mess.
Oh my god. I don't know
Oh
what to
my
do with
God.
myself.
Where do we even begin?
Where do we begin?
Uh
Firstly,
Because 1 and 2 were pretty good, but 3, oh my god.
3 killed it.
Kate-
I am almost
so-
scared for the rest of the season.
so
had no
many
business
people are
being that
calling
good.
so many people are calling it
had
a
no
masterpiece.
business.
And it's definitely deserved of that title because Jesus
It was a
Christ.
beautiful story.
Mm-hmm. So
God,
sad.
and the story that I feel Bill deserved better.
Honestly,
because, God, in the game, it is
He's
just
just a
so
dick.
sad. He's just a dick, but it's even worse that this person was like, I'd rather fucking kill myself than spend
be with
another
you.
minute with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bill. Like,
They did Bill dirty.
They figured that was probably too much.
Yeah,
And
probably
too
too
morbid
too
because
much.
it's too and
Yeah.
I like that it is in the game he says partner, which kudos to the original actor for Bill. That
Mhm.
was his idea. That wasn't originally in the script.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, that
Wow.
wasn't originally there. And he looks like Bill. He's in an episode of Psych, which is funny. But anyway, like that was on him, and then we only get the confirmation or like another little hint that Bill's gay whenever Ellie's looking at the porno or
Yeah.
like the men's magazine. It was like, ew, why are these pages sticky?
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly what she sounded like.
Exactly. Accurate. 100%.
So I like that they fleshed it out
Mm-hmm.
and show that like one, not only is Bill a prepper, not only is Bill like one of the guys that you're like, oh god, it's this guy, you know, but ends up being like he's closeted, has probably been closeted because he had never done anything before.
Yeah.
He had just stayed in his mom's house, I
Yeah.
assume, since he has all his mom's stuff, kind of.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Especially
But like
the reaction to the piano.
Such an
like I
interesting
remember that.
character. Mm-hmm.
And that's another
yes,
thing.
and that
like,
he can cook
oh yeah. Like
and knows what
there's-
to pair his wines with.
Like
And
he could
Frank read
He
it
can
all.
cook, hunt, he can craft shit.
he
Yeah.
can fucking play
He
the
can do it all.
piano because he played
Well,
it
I just mean,
better than Frank.
I just meant the like hints that Frank got
Mm-hmm. I also
He's
like
to
how-
where
how
Frank
like a
was
true
comfortable
survival.
enough.
I also like how
Yeah.
Frank wormed his little way into his heart. That
Oh,
was really
he was
cute.
like, "Hello."
Yeah. Like he knew exactly
This-
how to get in there.
This episode was just a whirlwind, and I was scared too because, you know, knowing the game, I fully expected for you know,
Things to
one,
go
we know
bad.
something bad's gonna happen because after Joel and Ellie leave, and Tess leave, the radio starts playing an 80s
That's
song.
true. That's true.
So already something's bad is going to happen as they arrive.
That probably
And
just started
Uh-huh.
happening from the way that Joel was reacting to it because he acted like he didn't know it was happening until Ellie pointed it out.
Mm-hmm.
So
didn't
like
know what was happening.
the playlist being played, the 80s playlist.
Yeah, he was like, oh crap.
Yeah. Like this just happened like last week and that's so sad.
Because were they still looking around, or did they already read the note before then? I think they were.
No, they were still
around,
looking
huh?
around. They were still
Yeah,
looking
'cause-
around.
yeah,
Ellie
he
was the one
says
who
that
found the
Bill-
note.
Yeah, he said Bill had a timer that if he didn't reset it, it would
Exactly.
automatically play the 80s.
Exactly.
So it's not even that Bill even sent a message. The timer probably just ran out.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like that's exactly what happened and it just happened a week before they got there. Like that
Mhm.
makes it so much worse that they just
Like
missed
they
them.
just missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was scared. So I was scared they were going to go the game route where Frank kills himself trying to get away from Bill. Just trying to leave the
So
town,
much
really. Not
better.
even just Bill. when they were arguing about the house paint, and he was like, I can't live like this. My heart dropped. I was truly terrified.
Just not ready for it. Yeah.
I wasn't ready. I was like,
This was such a treat for like people who are fans and people who are new alike.
Yes.
Like everyone had oh god, it's so sad. And it's so nice to see like a character like Bill being introduced, like who he is, what kind of personality he has. He's just very like in his own head, only just shutting everyone out, and finding someone who can bring him down to being vulnerable is so interesting to see. It's so satisfying.
So it's powerful is what it is. Like fucking it's like Jesus Christ. Like there's still like, even if people get in their own head, like they're still people. They still have their weaknesses. They still have their, like, no matter how much you shell up, you're still a person. Like sometimes people will find a way to get into your heart and be like, well, I'm choking you by the heartstrings.
Yeah, and it livened up Bill's character too, for Bill to soften up like that. When he showed him the strawberries.
Yes. That was so cute. It was
like, I planted strawberries. That was so cute. Nick Offerman has the greatest giggle.
Yes, he does.
And I've heard a complaint that, like, well, why couldn't you find, like, a gay burly man, to play? But I was just like, honestly, I think Nick Offerman was kind of the best actor for the job. He's such a good actor.
How could you do any better than that?
Yeah, like, honestly, I don't...
No, but the person also hasn't seen the episode yet.
Come on.
Themselves.
Yeah, but
I think they'll have a change of heart when they watch it. They themselves are gay. So, like, I understand. I get it. But I'm also like, Nick Offerman was so good.
Yeah, like
he did a phenomenal job.
His crying when Frank is telling him he just wants to have the one good day.
I lost it there.
I lost it.
I
couldn't do it.
This is a personal thing. I really did not like the line, I want you to love me the way I want you to. And I was just like, oh, dude, I don't like that. That feels manipulative.
I will agree. It does sound very strange.
But it sounds selfish at first, but you have to think, like, they've probably been compromising it. And so for his last day, he's like, just spoil me. Because when you're in a relationship, it's never how you want it on your one side.
Yeah, but at the same time,
he's asking him to do a big thing, but it's also like he's in a lot of pain.
He's asking him to kill him. He is literally asking to kill him.
He's asking to kill him, but he's also in a lot of pain himself. He's living in a lot of pain, and so is it more selfish to like...
Yes.
Because I am on the side of Frank. I'd be like, what's the point of me? I can't... If we're attacked, there's nothing I can do.
That's,
I am stuck in this wheelchair. I'm a burden to you.
Yeah, because then otherwise the alternative would have been
he's losing all... Yeah, and he's losing... Yeah,
I will say they do make it very clear that he has something that is going to kill him. They don't specify, which I think is better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like a it's neurological, but it's definitely like breaking down.
Yeah, exactly.
His functions are going. His motor functions, like you see, that he can't grip anything.
Exactly.
So
and
I'm okay with I want you to love me just the way that I want to be. Like, love me the way I want you to.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly a beautiful saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because again, in a relationship, it's never that way. You don't get to be just loved the way you do, but you don't. Because some people just aren't capable of doing that every day.
That's the other thing.
And Bill would not be the person
I will say
to do that.
It's more raw, but at the same time, like, it's just like the undertones for me are a little too much. It doesn't take away from the show, but it's just like, ooh, it just hits me the wrong way.
I didn't think so.
For me at first, I was like, oh, that's weird to hear, but I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I do understand it. It's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, it feels so bad. Like,
but it's also, I think, the only way that Bill could understand.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, it could be a communication thing. Like, I think that's also, like, part of the goal to make you feel like, oh, this is really horrible. Like this
Because
is no
I guess your first
bueno.
thought might be, oh, he's guilt tripping him. What an asshole! But it's
Well,
I
that's
think
not
it's
what
more
I was
like,
thinking. It's not like a what an asshole. It's more of like, oh, it just hit me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh no. Whenever you
no,
say it hit me the wrong way, I thought that's what you meant.
no. I'm not saying he's a bad person. It just was like, oh god,
Just sounded weird.
yes,
I think I love how it's Frank and not Bill who's dying.
yes,
Because
especially
Frank
because
in a s-
the scene transition. Oh my god.
yeah.
I
Because even
I
though-
thought Bill was in the wheelchair.
Yeah, since Bill was for the most part like doing most of like let's say the heavy lifting, so to say, of when it came to survivalist, all this
Mhm.
stuff. Frank is the one who, let's say, saved Bill.
Yes.
Even though like
Yes.
he pulled him out
I
of
think
the
he
hole,
literally said
which is
that.
ironic because that's literally where Frank was found, is in a hole, when
Yep.
really like Bill was the one being pulled out.
Yeah, it's like he saved his
Symbolism.
humanity in a way. Like, because Bill, in my opinion, was going feral. Like, he was going crazy.
Honestly, like
He was already a
probably
little
was
kooky.
going stir crazy. Like he literally did nothing but survive. And when you're in that
Mhm.
position for that long, ugh.
You're not living,
Yeah.
just surviving.
Mhm.
Like 3 years by yourself in complete silence.
Jesus.
I mean, not
can't
complete
imagine.
silence. Like, at least you can keep your mind busy, sort of. But when you're done with your chores at nighttime, like, that would be so spooky to me.
Mhm.
I don't.
Just like alone with your thoughts.
I wouldn't want to be alone during the
Dude,
apocalypse.
Neither
there's-
would I. Like
I
the
wouldn't feel
first-
safe ever.
Like one of the earliest things I would grab is sleeping pills because I know like I already struggle with sleep. I'm gonna need
Oh,
more
no.
to be able to sleep properly.
No,
and-
I wouldn't even try to sleep very heavy at all.
Oh,
Like,
dude, but like
not
that's,
even a little bit.
like
Not unless you have people to watch you.
the thing is, it's either you get enough sleep and you're good during the day, or you don't get enough sleep and then you're not paying attention enough during the day. You know what I'm saying? So like it's damned
Or
if you do, damned if you don't.
You're fucking doped up on sleeping pills and you don't hear the people break into your house and then you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it'd be better that way. At least I won't be wake when I
Oh
die.
god.
Like
Fuck, like
I got that.
I
I
won't
don't know
feel
if I
it.
I love
God damn.
Bill's thing of like, it's fine. I am satisfied with my life.
Yes.
God,
was
and that
another
had
thing.
me in tears
Just
too
so
when he was
sad.
like, I am satisfied. I'm old.
Yeah,
what else?
I'm like, just
what
let
am I
him
gonna
have
do
it.
without you?
Like,
It's
Oh,
fine.
God, when
knew
he's like, "You're my
was going to be the
purpose."
eventuality. I knew he was going to do that, and it just like I was like, don't do it, Bill, please. I don't.
I wasn't
wanna call
sure
this.
what he was gonna do.
I didn't want to call that one. Like I felt it in my bones, and I'm like, don't, please, Bill, live, please.
I thought he was going to live
No.
up until he mentioned the wine and like
Oh,
all
no.
that, and I was like, oh damn.
And the look he gave him of like, yeah, I did it. What are you gonna fucking do? Kill me? I already did that, son.
It's so
Yeah.
it's so sad to like the last thing we see is him rolling in Frank into the room, and then fast forward
no.
to the inside of the house where everything's all dusty, rotten,
Yeah.
and
where
old.
it's all dusty and the
Mhm.
same, and that's how you know he's actually dead.
Mhm.
Like
I love
that's
the
how
f-
you know.
Yeah, the final shot of like the car driving away and
Mhm.
it zooming back out to the inside of the bedroom where you only see the open window. And that's all you need to see.
Yeah.
And that's all you need.
So sad. And like
Ugh.
fucking the
And a
only
letter,
thing
too.
I kind of was like, what the fuck was Joel was like, hey, don't touch those guns. And I'm like, wait, just why aren't you taking them? Wait, hold on. You could use all of them. What the fuck? You'd like take at least like 5.
I had
Come on.
imagined they packed a few.
I
off
hope
screen.
because first of all, some of them were really cool.
Yeah.
I don't think
when,
I saw any big like heavy guns like a deagle or something or like a big rifle, but there were a bunch of cool like hunting runs. Like you could also like see Bill's personality through them. Like you could see that he definitely collected them not for like murderous purposes or for killing, but for like hunting. Like he definitely did do that.
Yeah.
I think it was also
Oh.
for home security reasons.
Yes, of
'cause he was
course.
definitely paranoid.
Like I
He was
didn't.
a
I don't think
prepper.
I saw any like assault rifles. I might be wrong, but I saw more hunting rifles than anything,
I don't know. I don't know.
and shotguns.
I was like slightly annoyed with Ellie when she was like fucking with that clock. And I'm like, how dare
Oh.
you? You have no idea what happened in this
You
house.
have no right, Missy.
You're disrespecting this house and its ancestry.
And what a gorgeous. I love seeing the change in the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
From the bright blue walls to all of Frank's paintings.
Yes.
Oh my god, and I started crying more when the last meal they have is the first meal they had.
Yep.
And they didn't finish it because they're
Yeah.
old.
And they didn't. Yeah.
Well, because they're
Even
gonna
like
die.
even the fast forward where like Ellie like slides over the keys, it just leaves a trail from like all the dust that's accumulated. Like
Mhm.
so much attention to detail goes such a
much.
long way.
And so far, all the details that they've like zeroed in on is just just makes it a good show. It makes it so and just everything.
It's like what I feel like is it's storytelling and everything. Like you can feel like what like the purpose of putting something in the scene was. Like it wasn't
And you
just
know what?
put in for no reason. Like there was
Yeah.
some reason behind it.
Which is what I love about the games because I feel like that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much like when you actually look around in the games and stuff, you see so much of like past lives, this and that. Like
Yep.
A lot of
like
environmental
the rooms start
storytelling.
looking
Exactly.
similar. Yeah, but you get the environment. You get more than just like the game telling you. Like the game's telling you, but you're also inferencing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it lets the player experience it on their own, and their ability to adapt that into a show format was done so smoothly.
Yeah.
I can't stress how good of a job they did.
They did amazing. I'm so happy with this show, and when it was first announced they were doing the show, I was dreading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I
I'm they're
was
gonna
like-
change things, and people
Very-
are gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be so bad.
It's also the like video game TV show curse thing that's going
Exactly.
around. Like
That too.
very
All the cards
rarely
were
will you get something that is
Yeah.
okay.
the odds were stacked against this show so hard, and it
So
still
hard.
prevailed. It
And
really
they've
pulled the
broken
rugs.
through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The
Like-
deck was heavily stacked against them.
Especially when
good
they
God.
understood that the game setting, yeah, you can have Joel and Ellie sneak around everywhere and this and that. You can't have that in a TV show setting. That's
Yeah.
not going to make for
it's
good
a little
TV.
too. Mm-hmm. Like it stayed respectful to the IP without being too on the nose about it, like overly video gamey.
Exactly. I almost feel like you wouldn't even know this is based off of a video game.
Exactly. Mhm.
I will also say like they translated some of the stealth a little to the TV. So like Joel was making decisions to like stay out of the road and stay away from eyes, but like
Oh, well, yeah.
so like
Well, sort of.
the way they translated it as well is really well made in my opinion, because I like how things from the game will appear in the show, but it'll be like servicing the show rather than just be a tribute. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is a
Yeah, like-
reference. This is we pulled it for a reason. We're doing something with it.
Yeah, it has served a purpose. It wasn't just like, hey, look, remember this from the show?
Remember the cool
Although
it felt
flashlight
a weird
backpack
flashback to-
flashlight?
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a weird flashback to have of like the woman and her baby getting evacuated. Oh, but I guess it tied into Bill. Never mind. I was
Yeah.
like, for a moment, I was like, why did that happen again? Like,
That was Bill's intro.
It was so
but
seamless.
those skeletons would have
Yeah.
been way more covered. 20 years later, they would have been way more covered than what they were.
Oh, you think they would have been more buried?
Oh yeah, with all the
Yeah.
rain and dust and stuff after 20 years.
Yeah, because the skeleton forms pretty quickly if you actually look it up. Like it's less than 3 years, I want to say.
In nature, yeah, it'll be about like 3 to 6 weeks, I think, depending on animals and environmental factors and stuff like
Okay.
that. Like, could take longer, but if you're in a more, I think, what is it? If you're in a colder environment,
Yes, it'll
like you're
last
more
longer.
preserved. So it just depends on where your skeleton has been at.
And
But
I
if
mean,
you're around a bunch of animals, they'll pick the shit out of you.
Boston's seasonal too, so they have their warm months.
Oh, and everyone's upset that at the scene that's 10 miles outside of Boston. Everyone's so upset. And if that's the only gripe they have with the episode, that is fine with me.
Wait, why are they upset with it being 10 miles outside of Boston? What?
Because they're like, there's no way that's what 10 miles outside of Boston looks like. 10 miles west of
What?
Boston looks like.
What?
Something like that. I don't know.
Unless you're living in a sprawling like city, there's rural areas near cities, guys. Wait, hold on.
I was like, there's even rural areas
Even
over
if that
here.
were the case, like it should just be funny nitpicking. I can't imagine. Like, are people actually complaining about it? Like,
This is
I'm not
dumb.
really sure. I
This
think
is
I would
dumb.
hope
I'm not even sure. I think it's more of a joke. I know Stephen King mentioned it, and someone was like, "Was that your only takeaway?" And he was like, "No, I like the episode plenty."
That's
He's like,
my
"I'm just
only
saying."
nitpick. That's
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have with the show.
And you know what? If
Yeah.
if you had to nitpick that hard, that should say a lot. That should say
Mhm.
enough.
And
Yeah,
like,
my only issue was the scene where they had to drop off some stuff at, what was it, like a gas station?
Oh,
yeah,
Ellie
pick
went
up some
other
underground
supplies.
yeah.
to cut a infected forehead.
Oh God,
and
yeah.
get
Okay, we're talking
Tampax,
about
I
this
guess.
now.
Like, that was just so random.
I
I'm like,
don't
what is the
know.
point
Yeah.
of that?
I don't know
I'm really
why.
hoping it's not the director's like motive. Because us playing through The Last of Us 2, you see Ellie as full of regrets when she's had to hurt some people.
yeah, like
To be vague, you know?
Yeah, how's that gonna work in the second season? Like, when she's grown, like,
I
is she
don't
just gonna
know.
be full-blown psychopath?
like
Maybe.
I don't get
I
it.
But
really hope not, because this
but
director
I
is
also-
indulging hard with this
I could
whole
feel-
Ellie activation thing.
I
Mhm.
hope not. But I could also understand the curiosity to kind of want to, like, touch it. Like, he's obviously trapped. Actually, it was really stupid to touch it because, like, what if he broke free at that moment?
That's another thing, yeah.
But very obviously trapped. But I mean, I would kind of be curious too to like cut him open. But I really hope it's not going down the route of like activation Ellie, soldier
Yeah.
Ellie.
Yeah,
You know,
like-
Please.
Like, that's fine, the idea of, like, being curious, but it didn't look like she was curious. It looked
Yeah,
like she
I
was
know.
enjoying it.
like, oh, it's like the beginnings of watching a serial killer here, and it's not
Exactly.
it's not okay. Come
Yeah.
on, like, I get it. Like, you want to make Ellie quote unquote different, but like at the same time, like this is not interesting or cool, or it's just
don't know
kind of
how-
creepy.
People are supposed to connect with her if this is
Exactly.
the direction they're going to be going
I
with.
don't know.
'Cause
Because
I
she's
hope
supposed to go
Neil-
through growth. I don't know how you're supposed to grow a character with that. Like, it's just like a villain origin story, it seems like.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not. I'm just, God, I'm hoping it's not.
It's
Like,
also, like, totally disconnected with how she normally acts, like being all quirky, sarcastic, and snarky, and then she just goes psycho for a few minutes.
That's the thing, because she seemed like during normal scenes she seems like an actual kid. Like she seems like she's
Yeah, she seems fine. She
Like-
seems like a normal character that I'm okay with. It's just that scene, and with like what apparently the director was going for in the first episode, was like when she
God.
activated. And I'm like, what are you
Ugh.
talking about?
Please
What?
stop.
Sir, this is a
But, yeah.
Denny's.
This is
Yeah, I hope they pump the brakes real hard on that.
hmm
I'm hoping Neil Druckmann will be like, hey, by the way, don't know if you've seen the second game.
Better yet,
What?
I'd rather they prove me wrong and it turns out to be something really good that makes sense later.
Maybe.
So I'm trying
Hopefully
my
it's
best
something.
to hold my criticisms,
Hold.
but it's not looking great. But I'm waiting.
Oh,
We'll see, I guess.
God. Oh, but overall,
So
episode
I'm very
3,
excited. Yes.
mhm, masterpiece. Well, based,
Masterpiece, honestly.
fucking no cap. W's all around.
Kill you.
No hats anywhere.
So, yeah, tell us what you thought of episode 3, and if you actually hated it or something, and then we'll gather some pitchforks and torches
beef.
and,
No, just kidding.
and beef real hard.
No, but definitely let us know, like, what were you upset that
Try to find a reason to
You
hate
can't
the
be
show.
upset.
A crazy person.
Yeah, I think we can all agree
you-
that.
Are you a homophobe?
Are you a
Let us
homophobe?
know.
Let us know so that we can ban you. But all jokes aside, I'm looking forward to episode 4. Let's hope for let's see what they're spinning with Ellie, and hopefully it works out. But right now it's making me barf.
I'm so excited for episode 4. It looks crazy.
Mm-hmm. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit us with the subscribble.
And tell us
Ring
what you
that
think.
bell, all the fucking YouTube shit. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, slam that bell.
Slay the bell.
Motherfucking Leon Lush, fucking motherfucking hip thrust that like button.
Yeah, hip thrust that like button.
Alright, y'all. Have a great day, night, wherever you are.
Goodbye.
Good night.